Welcome to Smile Healing Institute channel. Today's topic is unlock infinite potential. What if I told you everything you think you know about the limitations is wrong? What if the person you are right now is just a fraction of who you are capable of becoming? In the next few span of minutes, we are going to completely rewire how you think about potential success and transformation. We are not just talking about motivation here, we are talking about the actual neuroscience of change, the biology of breakthrough, the quantum field of infinite possibilities. See, most people live their entire lives never accessing even 10% of their true potential. They are stuck in patterns, trapped in stress, limited by beliefs that are programmed into them before they even know they had a choice. But today we break free. Today we unlock what's been waiting inside you all along. My promise to you is this. If you stay with the current topic for the next few span of minutes, if you truly engage with what we're about to explore, you will walk away with a completely different understanding of what's possible for your life. And more importantly, you will have the tools to make it real. Are you ready to meet the person who you are truly meant to be? The prison of patterns. Let me start with a story. There was a woman, let's call her Sarah. Brilliant mind, incredible heart, but stuck. Every morning, same routine, same thoughts, same emotional response, same results. She would wake up and within minutes her brain would start the familiar programs. Another day of struggle was, I'm not good enough. Success is for other people. And here is what blew her mind when I explained it. Those thoughts were not even hers anymore. They were just neural pathways firing in the same sequence day after day, year after year. She had become addicted to being herself. The neuroscience research shows that something revolutionary, 95% of who you are by the age of 35 is a memorized set of behaviors, emotional reactions, unconscious habits, hardwired attitudes, beliefs, and perceptions that functions like a computer program. Think about that for a second. 95% you wake up every day and your brain automatically starts running the same program. The same thoughts trigger the same feelings, which drive the same behaviors, which create the same experiences, which generate the same emotions, which influence the same thoughts. It's a loop, a prison. And the most people spend their entire lives trapped in this cycle, wondering why nothing ever changes. But here is the breakthrough. The moment you become conscious of this program, the moment you observe it instead of being lost in it, everything changes. You step out of the automatic into the possible. Your brain does not know the difference between what you experience in your outer world and what you experience in your inner world. It does not distinguish between what's happening to you and what you're thinking about. This is why visualization works. This is why mental rehearsal creates actual neural pathways. This is why the stories you tell yourself literally become your reality. But if your brain cannot tell the difference between what's real and what's imagined, that means you can literally think your way into a new reality. You can mentally rehearse your way into a new personality. You can emotionally embody your way into a new destiny. The question is not whether you have potential. The question is, are you willing to step outside the familiar prison of who you have been, discover who you are capable of becoming? The neuroscience of transformation. Now, let's go into the science, because when you understand how change works at the neurological level, you stop hoping for transformation and start creating it. Your brain has about 86 billion neurons. Every time you have a thought, these neurons connect and fire together. And here is the key principle: neurons that fire together wire together. Think of it like this: every time you think, I can't do this, specific neuron fire in sequence. The more you think it, the stronger that neural network becomes. Eventually, it becomes a super highway in your brain and the path of least resistance. But here is what amazing: neurons that stop wiring together stop firing together. Neurons that stop firing together stop wiring together. You can literally unwire old patterns and wire in new ones. The neuroscience research with brain scans shows that when people do this work, when they unconsciously interrupt the old patterns and install the new ones, their brains literally change. New neural networks form, old ones weaken. It may take 4 days of intensive mental rehearsal. People have shown measurable changes in their brain structure just 4 days. Okay. But here is where most people get stuck. They try to create change from the same level of thinking that created their problems. They use their familiar mind to try to create an unfamiliar future, but it doesn't work. You cannot solve a problem with the same mind that created it. You have to literally become someone else, someone who would naturally have what you want. This is where emotion comes in, because information is just philosophy until you emotionally embody it. Your body is your unconscious mind. It does not know the difference between an experience that's creating an emotion and an emotion you are creating by thought alone. So, when you combine clear intention with elevated emotion, when you feel gratitude for your future before it happens, when you feel the joy of your success before you achieve it, you're literally signaling your new genes, creating new neural pathways, and drawing your future into you. This is not positive thinking. This is not wishing and hoping. This is literally hacking your biology to create transformation at the cellular level. Your thoughts are the language of your brain. Your feelings are the language of your body. When you combine a clear intention with an elevated emotion, you are literally speaking to your body in a language it understands. And this is where miracle happens. When you emotionally embrace your future before it happens, you're no longer trying to get somewhere. You're not needing, wanting, hoping, or wishing. You are arriving. You are already there. When you're already there emotionally, your outer world has no choice but to reflect that neural pathways in a reality. Breaking the addiction of being yourself. Now, I need to tell you something that might make you uncomfortable. You are addicted to being yourself, and until you acknowledge this addiction, you'll never break free from it. Every morning, you wake up, you remember who you are, and you remember your problems, you learn limitations, your story, and in that moment of remembering, you become the same person who went to sleep the night before. But what if you woke up and forgot who you were, what you have had amnesia about your limitations? What if you could not remember why you are not successful, why you are not happy, why you are not living your dreams? That person, that one without a story, without the limitation, without the programmed responses, that person is who you really are. Everything else is just learned behavior. The familiar self is not your authentic self. It's just the self you have practiced the most. Here is what happens when you start to change. Your body starts to rebel. It does not want to change. It's chemically addicted to the emotions you have been feeling. When you have been angry for 20 years, your body has the receptor sites that are hungry for anger. Just imagine. When you try to feel grateful, instead, your body says, this is not who we are. Just contemplate. Oh my goodness. Will you pray for give us anger? Will you pray to the divine or almighty, give us more frustration? Will you pray to the almighty or cosmos or universe or divine, give us the familiar or unfamiliar? Just contemplate, just assess it. This is why change is so hard. It's not just mental, it's physiological. You're literally going through the withdrawal from being yourself. But here is the breakthrough. The moment you can observe this process, the moment you can watch your body wanting to fall back into the familiar emotions without being controlled by them, you step into your power as a conscious creator. Because now you're not just changing your thoughts, you're changing your identity. You're not just positive thinking. Your way to success, you're literally becoming the person who would naturally create what you want. Most people try to create a new life with the same personality. It doesn't work. Your personality creates your personal reality. If you want a new reality, you need a new personality. And your personality is made up of how you think, how you act, and how you feel. Change those three things, and you literally change who you are. The greatest habit you can ever break is the habit of being yourself. And the greatest skill you can ever develop is the ability to consciously create who you are becoming. The quantum field of infinite possibilities. Now, let's talk about something that blows your mind. In the quantum field, the invisible field of energy and information that connects everything, all possibilities exist simultaneously. Right now, there is a version of reality where you are already living your dream life. There is a quantum possibility where you are already successful, already healthy, already in the relationship who you want, whom you desire, already making the impact you are meant to make. The question is not whether that reality exists. Quantum physics tells us it does. The question is, how do you collapse that wave of possibility into your actual experience? Here is the secret. You have to become nobody. Now when? Now here, to become somebody, when, somewhere else. Let me explain. When you are being your familiar self, you are connected to your familiar life. You are observing your known reality, which keeps you tethered, othered into it. But when you go beyond your body, that is no body, beyond your environment, nowhere, beyond time, no when, you enter the quantum field where all possibilities exist. This is why meditation is so powerful for transformation. Not because you are relaxing, although that's nice, but because you're literally disconnecting from your familiar self or familiar reality and connecting to the field of infinite possibility. When you are in this state, you are no longer trying to get somewhere. You are not in lack, need, separation, or want. You're connected to the wholeness where your future already exists. And here is what's incredible. When you can emotionally feel the reality of your future, when you can generate the feeling of gratitude, joy, and fulfillment that your desired future would create, you're literally tuning into that reality. You're becoming a vibration match to the reality. You're broadcasting the same frequency as that future reality, and the universe has no choice but to organize itself around that frequency. This is not woo-woo. This is quantum physics. Everything in the universe is energy vibrating at different frequencies. Change your frequency and you change what you attract. Feel abundant and you attract abundance. Feel grateful and you attract more to be grateful for. Feel successful and success starts showing up in your life. but never allow or let momentum to go in the negative phrase of mind or negative frame of mind. So be very careful in choosing the conscious thoughts. But here is the key. You can't fake this. You can't just say affirmation and hope it works. You have to actually feel it. You have to emotionally embody the reality you want to create. Because the universe does not respond to what you want, it responds to who you are being. The daily practice of becoming. All right, let's get practical. Because knowledge without application is just entertainment. You need a daily practice that literally revives your brain and transforms your life. Here is what I want you to do every single morning for the next 30 days. This is your new non negotiable practices. This is more important than checking your phone, more important than coffee, more important than anything else you think you need to do. First, meditation. But not just any meditation, you're going to practice becoming nobody, no when, nowhere. Disconnect from your familiar self and connect to the quantum field of possibility. Start with just 10 minutes, sit quietly, close your eyes, and observe your thoughts without being lost in them. Watch your familiar mind trying to pull you back into your familiar life and gently returning into the present moment. Second, mental rehearsal. You're going to literally practice being your future self. See yourself living your ideal life. But don't just visualize it, feel it, generate the emotions of already living that reality. How would you walk if you were already successful? How would you talk? How would you carry yourself? Mentally rehearse yourself so that these behaviors of mental images becomes a automatic process and practice until they become automatic. Third, emotional elevation. Throughout the day, practice generating elevated emotions. Gratitude, joy, expansion, compassion, inspiration. These are the emotions of your future self. Every time you catch yourself in a familiar emotional state, frustration, worry, anger, use it as a reminder to consciously choose an elevated emotion instead. Four, the most important technique is breaking patterns. Notice your unconscious behavior and consciously change them. If you always take the same route to work, take a different one. If you always drink coffee with your right hand, use your left hand. These might seem like small things, but they're training your brain to step outside the automatic and choose the conscious. Evening review. Before you go to sleep, review your day. Did you stay conscious? Did you fall back into the old patterns? Did you think the thoughts of your future self or did you think the thoughts of familiar past? Don't just judge yourself. Just observe. The more conscious you become of your patterns, the more power you have to change them. This is not just a practice, this is a way of life. This is how you literally become someone else, someone who naturally creates what you want, someone who naturally lives the way of life you have been dreaming of. So here we are, the end of your journey altogether, but really it's just the beginning of yours. Now you know something that most people will never understand. You are not a victim of your past. You are not limited by your circumstances. You are not stuck with the personality you are born with. You are an infinite being having a temporary human experience. You are a consciousness itself capable of creating any reality you can imagine and embody. The person you have been up till now, that person serves a purpose. They got you here. They taught you what you needed to learn, but that person is not who you are becoming. Who you are becoming is someone who does not just dream about success, they embody it. Someone who doesn't just want love, they radiate it, they embody it. Someone who doesn't just hope for abundance, they embody it with conviction of abundance or abundance. They expect the abundance. Your future self is calling you. They are waiting for you to stop being who you have been and start being who you are meant to be. Every morning you have a choice. You can wake up and be the same person you were yesterday, or you can wake up and be someone new, someone closer to your infinite potential. The tools are in your hands, the understanding is in your mind, the power is in your heart. Will you step out of the familiar and into the extraordinary? Will you break free from the prison of patterns and unlock the infinite potential that's been waiting inside you all along? Your future self believes in you. The quantum field is waiting for you. The universe is conspiring to help you. All you have to do is become who you really are. The journey starts now. Welcome to your new life. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.